All right, what up? How y'all guys doing? Thank you so much for joining the channel today to drop by and just catch up on some content. So, how I feel about this one, man? This is crazy. It's about to be a banger. Do you think Xbox is gonna win this generation? And I'm just sitting here wondering. I'm thinking to myself, man, Xbox really have a chance to win this generation. They may not be winning a war right now, but they could possibly win the battle. Throughout everything that's going on right now in these gaming streets, man, you really can see Xbox really climbing and catching up to Sony really fast. I'm talking about this Game Pass is on fire right now. This Call of Duty Activision deal is about to drop and go through. Sony still is being anti-consumer. Over here lying, stealing, beating and cheating, being anti-consumer, sticking to the $70 game price tag. They won't upgrade PlayStation Plus Premium. They don't even care about PlayStation Plus Premium. Doing any and everything they want to do. Instead of making their own IPs, they're buying like timed exclusives and making these little exclusive deals so they don't have to make their own IPs and spend their own money on creating things that they don't have to lock down, stuff like Spider-Man. Then double back and put it on PC. And then on top of that, they're doing remakes, cash grabbing games like The Last of Us. What direction are we going in? It looked real smooth at the beginning, right? We seen how everything looked real smooth. But now, Xbox over here pulled a rabbit out the hat with this whole Bethesda deal. This whole Bethesda deal, man. I'm talking about, Doom Eternals. You're talking about the Elder Scrolls. You're talking about, Starfield. You're talking about Redfall. You're talking about all these AAA bangers on the way. Fallout 76, Fallouts, the whole collection of Fallouts and more coming. And they have more games in the making that they haven't even announced. They have another big AAA banger on the way that they haven't even announced that I heard about that's coming. So could you see? You can kind of see how Xbox could possibly win this generation, though. Not saying that PlayStation isn't doing their thing. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying the way Sony is running the company it's kind of turning a lot of people off and kind of more pushing them more towards Game Pass more so than the $70 have been a real big deal. I've been looking in these blogs and vlogs, man. I have been in these medias and looking at all of these tweets and everything and what people have been saying. People are defending the $70. People are not defending it. People don't like it. They wanted to go away and go back to the old last generation price tag, $60 and $50 and $60. They want to go back that way because they feel like, okay, we already have to just pretty much go out of our way to find a console, to find a PS5. Now you don't even want to compete with PlayStation Plus to go up against Game Pass because you don't even want to do day and date AAA bangers on PlayStation Plus Premium. At least on Premium, do day and date. Even if you don't do it on a regular PlayStation Plus, at least bring it on PlayStation Premium. Give it a little more value. Buy up some more studios that only focus on doing subscription service, live streaming games, since they don't really want you to download them like Xbox. They don't really want to do the whole backwards compatible thing. But now they're kind of following Xbox a little bit. They're kind of trying to do this same little thing that Xbox is doing with Game Pass with the PlayStation Plus Premium. They upgraded PlayStation Now, but they just kind of letting it flatline a little bit. They're not really promoting it. They're not really hyping it up anymore. It's kind of just like flatlining. I mean, it's decent. I think it's okay. I just don't think it's great yet. I don't think they're putting their all into it. Like if they were putting all of their energy into PlayStation Plus Premium, like they're putting it into that $70 price tag, I can kind of see the value in it. but I don't really see it just yet. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But as of right now, it's looking like Xbox have a really, really good chance of winning this generation. Maybe not by much, but if they stick to this plan right here, right? If they stick to this 100 million subscribers on Game Pass and they sell another 60 to 70 million consoles, maybe even 80 million consoles, they can win this generation. And then the next generation come out, they can double that. They can double down on that. So pretty much you have TVs, mobiles, Steam Deck, consoles, PC, and everything else Game Pass is going to be on. And they're going to bring value with Call of Duty. So you can kind of see where this is going. Starfield is going to be a AAA banger. We already know everybody is dying. It's more people waiting to play Starfield than God of War right now. I'm not even joking around, bro. It's so many people are just sitting back waiting, and I'm gonna tell you why I feel like they're waiting. They're more thirstier for a Starfield than just, I don't want to say as more than God of War, but just as much as God of War. I would say you got just the amount of people ready to play Starfield as the same amount of people are ready to play the new God of War Ragnarok, like dead even. I'm talking about, and I'm gonna tell you why I feel like that. Because this is a generation where Xbox is really going hard and competing, and all Xbox fans want to do is compete with Sony, is to compete with PlayStation, is to have that back and forth debate about, okay, now you can stop saying that Xbox don't have no games. Xbox ain't got no games. Xbox ain't got no games. Yeah, but they're working on a lot of games that's on the way. And from what I'm seeing, PlayStation might not have very many games. And I'm just like, okay, most of them are going to be multi-plat. But AAA bangers, they're going to take a while. They're going to take like 4 to 5 years to drop. And Xbox have, I'm talking 30 to 50 studios working on games. So for here on out, you tell me which one do you think, if they win this generation, there's once they have all cylinders pumping, they're firing on all cylinders, I just don't see them being able to stop Xbox. And it's one reason why. It's because Sony don't listen to their fans. They are way too anti-consumer. They love gatekeeping. They love doing these little backdoor deals that nobody else seems to know what they're doing. And two, it's announced. They're paying hush money to shut up these developers. They're paying under the table money. So you can imagine how many blocking rights Sony have done and stopped Xbox from having no games. So their argument don't really hold up anymore to what they've been saying. Xbox ain't got no games. Xbox ain't got no games. And come to think of it, the reason why they don't have any games is because their dear Sony's up here making these little deals, these little blocking rights deals to stop games from even coming to Xbox. So it's not even really Microsoft's fault if Sony's beating them to the punch. They're beating them to all of these studios and say, okay, yeah, this game we want. They can have that game, but we want that one because that looked like that's going to be a AAA banger. The quality. The studios that work on these certain games, Sony already know the quality that they bring to the table. They already know the studios that they can lock down. They already have all these friendships with all these studios and all these rights already ready, lined up and ready to go. And it's not Xbox's fault for not having a lot more games. It is Sony's fault. And now that we're seeing that, because you already know all dark comes to light. Okay, guys, so Xbox could possibly win this generation if Sony don't tighten up and start to actually listen to their fans and start competing. They don't want to compete, guys. Y'all guys keep saying, oh, this Sony is at the top, the market leader. This, they have more of this, they have more of that. Yes, they are doing good. They are doing good in certain areas, but Xbox is not far behind. And especially this generation right here, guys, I'm talking about, they're going toe to toe, especially in North America, guys. Xbox is pretty much already done caught up with PS5. They just can produce a lot more here. So the numbers are really close now. I mean, it's like, okay, they're selling like hotcakes. Everybody wants to get into the Game Pass ecosystem just to see what all of the hype is about. Nobody's really hyping up PlayStation Plus Premium, due to the fact that it's hard to even get into it because you almost have to have a PlayStation. They're not making it easy. They're not even making an app to go to the mobile phones. They don't even have a website so that you can live stream it on your mobile phone like Xbox Game Pass. They have a beta that you can actually sign on to your internet browser on your PC, your mobile browser, or you can download the apps. PlayStation don't have that. I don't know why Sony would thought that would be a great idea to bring out a service, but you can't promote it, you can't push it. Well, how is that helping the service? How is that helping? So you already know Xbox have a plan to compete. Game Pass is on fire right now, so that's what they're rolling with, and they're putting it on everything. I'm just waiting to hear what else next. And from what I'm hearing, they even have a new digital Xbox Game Pass little console that they want to bring out. It's not a console, it's really just like a Game Pass like box that they have just all Game Pass on it that they really want to bring out for, I think, like $100 or so. And it just have all Game Pass everything on there. Now that box drops, now you only have to pay $100 to get into the ecosystem, bro. Come on. And that's going to count towards Game Pass. So if they're trying to hit this $100 million mark, I mean this 100 million fans or 100 million subscribers on Game Pass, I'm pretty sure they can do it now when they bring out this little Game Pass little box that they were talking about. It don't play. I don't think you can get regular games on it. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But I know for a fact that they were talking about that. They want to bring out a Game Pass box that you can buy at Walmart or Amazon or Best Buy, whatever, and it has only game. I think it only comes with Game Pass, and I think it comes with the controller. So maybe you do get the market, maybe you don't. Who knows? But if that drops soon, and they're talking about they want to bring out another handheld console, something like Steam Deck for Game Pass. So definitely Xbox is all in. Uncle Phil and Uncle Bill had a plan this generation. I don't know what Uncle Jim over here at Sony's doing, but man, he got to tighten up. And I think he's really he is kind of the reason why they do have PlayStation Plus Premium, but they really don't want to give him enough say so. Like, you know how you have that boss and they want to make the employee feel like, okay, stay in your place. Sony's like telling PlayStation, shut up, stay in your place, you're my child, okay, you're gonna listen to me, I'm not gonna listen to you. In order for them to listen to Uncle Jim, Sony to listen to Uncle Jim, first of all, they're really going to have to start losing by a little bit, because now that will throw them deeper into panic mode, and Sony has to get thrown into panic mode in order for them to listen to their employees and their fans. And we already seen what happened to God of War when they did not want to release that date. We already seen they were sending nasty pictures to the developers over there at Sony and Santa Monica and all these other studios. So we know the type of pressure that you have to put on Sony in order to make them budge, because they are so stubborn and stuck in their ways of this old school mentality thinking that it's just ridiculous, man. I don't know what you guys can really say to them to make them really compete on PlayStation Plus Premium, because this is really a big deal, and it's a lot of games are missing on there, and they refuse to do day and date because they want to stand behind that $70 price, which is perfectly fine for AAA bangers. The main games, I would say, you know, the first party AAA bangers like God of War, Spider-Man's of the world, Uncharted's, you know, Gran Turismo, I can understand those being 70, but every single game should not be $70 on PlayStation. We already know half of those games are upscale PlayStation 4 games. We already know they're PS4 games. Come on now. Come on, they only had like 2 like legit PS5 games, I think 2 or 3, maybe a little more by now, but as far as I know, when it first dropped, they only had like 2 or 3 only PS5 games, and those still looked like they were kind of upscale to PS5 graphics, which there's no problem with that, because PS4 Pro was a very hot console, very hot graphics, still holding up pretty good until today. You know, PlayStation 4 has some Pro has some really hot graphics, so I don't have no complaints with it, but I just really want them to do day and date. You know, they really should do the day and date, and if they don't, I just don't see how they're gonna continue to win this generation by a large margin. Like, it may really thin out, and this is, from what I'm hearing, this is supposed to be a very long generation. This may go on like 8 to 10 years. This generation may be very long, because you really don't have to get out of the Game Pass ecosystem. You just keep refreshing it, keep putting new content on there, new games, week by week, month by month. And when all of these AAA bangers start to drop in another 2 to 3 to 4 years, you're gonna see a whole, you think this is just the beginning. The Activision deal is just the beginning with Call of Duty. The Bethesda deal is just a new beginning. All these other 30 to 50 studios, they're gonna, you better hope, I'm talking about, you better really hope they don't buy GTA 6. If they buy Grand Theft Auto, guys, I'm talking about, like, and they own it, they can keep it on PlayStation, but you got to understand, when you own something and you're making all of that money from that other company, that means Xbox is not going anywhere. They're going to be a problem for a very long time, and that's what Sony did not want. They wanted to knock them off the map like Sega Genesis. They want to erase Xbox, but Sony knows, oh my goodness, if they get one of the biggest bangers in the world, they may knock us off eventually. Like, we can't keep up. We may have to sell to Apple, Facebook. We don't know what we're gonna do with PlayStation in the future. They don't know. They may have to partner with Apple and Facebook. Maybe Google, maybe Amazon, who knows? There's a lot of other companies out here that, you know, Xbox were talking about, that they're not even really worrying about Sony. They're worrying about some other juggernauts out here that have a lot of money, more money than Sony, more, you know, connects than Sony, that they can make some really big things happen. And they really better hope they don't team up with Microsoft, especially after this whole blocking rights deal came out and that news dropped. They may just go exclusive with Call of Duty and just get it over with, you know. So we'll have to see, man, but it's really looking up for Xbox this generation, and they maybe can win it if Sony doesn't do something about the subscription service, and they can't keep up with demand, and Xbox continues to push Game Pass how hard it's been pushing, and they come up with more devices, more ways to jump into the ecosystem. I just really think they're probably going to take this generation, take it over. Not saying that Sony's not going to be selling good. They're still going to be doing their thing. Sony's going to be fine, but they just won't have no more leverage to say Xbox has no more games, because they're going to own everything. They're pretty much, Sony's going to have to come to play. It's going to have to really drop all their AAA bangers on PC and merge with PC. That's how powerful Game Pass is right now. And And I think I'm gonna leave it right there. Till later, guys. Make sure you guys smash that like, that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you guys can stay updated on all of the new latest and greatest news out there in these gaming streets. Thank you and peace.